Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back. And as you can see from the title, this is my anticipated reads of 2023. Yeah, so as for last year, as for 2022, I'm going to be doing one video where I talk about all the books I want to read. And then I'm going to be doing other videos where I have them into groups, like one video with sequels, one video with standalones, one with historical reads, etc., etc. And yeah, like first, this one where I talk about all the books. Of course, yeah, it's always gonna be books that I don't know about now that I find out after filming it. So like, this probably won't be all the books I want to read next year, but quite a lot of them. So yeah, let's get to them. I had a bad day like a week ago, and so I kind of thought, what is there like any cool books coming up next year? I couldn't really think at the top of my head. And I googled and then I found like, oh, that book and that book and that book and that book. Suddenly I went from like knowing about one or two books to like, yeah, there's quite a lot of books now I'm looking forward to. But of course, like even if it was a book year with a little books to read, it wouldn't really like little new books wouldn't really matter because I have a lot of unread books. But yeah. So yeah, let's just get to them. And yeah, as usual, today it's just all the books. It's not in any order of like uh January till December or anything like that, or genre. It's just all the books. So yeah, first we have A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal. This is the first in a YA. I want to say duology. I do know it's a series. But yeah, it's a high fantasy. Yeah, but it's kind of like yeah, it's kind of high fantasy with magic, well, of course, high fantasy. I do, yeah. I mean, do believe maybe it's like people have tea, who can do magic with tea, something like that. And it just sounds very interesting. And I'm quite looking forward to it. And then we have The Book Spy by Alan Hald, HLAD. I do not lad. Maybe the H is silent, so maybe it's Lad. Alan Lad. Could you be called Lad? Maybe you can. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, just the title, The Book Spy, is kind of what intrigues me. I don't really need to know anything more with that, really. I do believe it's kind of based around Second World War and yeah, someone being spies and using books for that spy purposes. And yeah, that excites me, of course, so much. And then we have Not That Kind of Ever After by Lucy Adams. This is a YA story, I believe, yeah. And it's kind of, I saw the cover, it looks nice. I think it has a cast of characters. I don't remember that much more, but do you remember? Do you think it's queer? And honestly, I mean that title just sounds so cool. So yeah, a lot of these kind of titles I just kind of think are interesting. So I don't really have that much knowledge about the books, but like also next year, it's not like you often get like some often you get first titles and then blurbs. So a lot of them these are just no titles for. But yeah, if the title sounds cool, often you will be interested in it. So yeah. And then Back in a Spell by Lena Hubbard or Lana Hubbard. This is the third in her adult paranormal romance story series, and I love the one that I read this year, which was I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, anyway, it's a quite famous like trendy book, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, want to read more of her. And then we have Emily Wilde's Lexicology of Fairy Tales. Oh no, Lexicology of Fays by Heather Fawcett. I believe it might be first in series. Maybe it's sounds like a first in series book. I don't know, but yeah, the cover looks gorgeous and yeah, just very excited. And then we have The Sun and the Star, of course, by Rick Riordan, and he's co-written it with a person. You know what? I'm gonna check it out because I know, I want to check it out. Let me check it out. What is the other person's name? Mark Oshiro is the other author behind that one. So yeah, it's a story. It's a story after uh, the Apollo series, where so in this book it's the one book, but it follows sorry, follows Nico and like out, but Nico's boyfriend is called Mark. No, he's not. Not called Mark as well. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, and Will. So Nico and Will, they have to go to the underworld, to yeah, go on a quest. And yeah, that sounds great. So can't wait. Then we have A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. I don't remember who's the author behind this one. As usual, I don't really have offers for all of these. I'll link them down below soon or pretty soon. So I mean, you can have the link and check it out for yourself. But I don't know. It's an adult romance story, kind of adult romance, urban fantasy story, and that sounds my jam. So yeah. And then we have the Fraud Squad, which is a comic. No, it is a YA book. Uh, I don't remember that much about it. But yeah, great memory. But yeah, just kind of the title, Fraud Squad, sounds so cool. I mean, you don't you just love frauds? I mean, you don't, but like frauds in books. I mean, it's all usually kind of people who are anti-heroes, or people who kind of Robin Hood style, where like they take from the people who are idiots and give it to someone else or stuff like that. And yeah, gotta love it. And then I have Sizzle Reel, which I don't remember anything about at all. Anyway, it's on my list for a reason. So yeah. Blood Depths, which is by uh, yeah, I'm so smart. It's by Amy Carter, I want to say. It's by a famous author. You know what? I want to check it out. I want to check it out. Who's written this Blood Debt book? No. Okay, I've written down the wrong name for it, but you know, yeah, I'm gonna fix it when I post this, but yeah, gonna move on. And then we have Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute, which is Talia Hayworth's YA debut. And the cover looks so cute. It's set in a like a camping society or society. Like it's at least like I think their story set around people who go camping together, and it's enemies turned lovers or like old friends turned enemies turned lovers. And yeah, it just looks cute and can't wait, of course. And now we have The Chalice of the Gods, which was just announced. It's a book by Rick Riordan, but just by him. The other one was co-written. Not that it's like bad to be co-write stuff, but yeah. Chalice of the Gods. It's set after Heroes of Olympus, but before the gods of now before the hero of before the Apollo series. So it's set between those two, and it is what's the word again? It's a standalone. So I feel like it's not like the beginning of a new series, but it's set in the same universe. So I think it can be a bit like read fairly independently. But yeah, of course I'm gonna read it, and yeah, so excited. And then we have the Renaissance of Gwen Hathaway. I don't remember what this is about. I mean, it's a very cool title. The Renaissance. Yeah. And then we have the Downport, which is YA historical. It's been described as YA, like YA gospel girl, just in 1800s Chicago. So that sounds cool. I mean, it might be a bit too drama for me here and there. And like people also describe it as like Bridgerton, but like certain America. And like I don't know, I didn't love Bridgerton season 1 or 2. Like I enjoy season 2 more. But like still, every time people say like it's like Bridgerton, I feel like I must check it out. Like I have this weird thing where like when people mention something I liked slightly, I'll still be interested in it. I suppose it's just me being open to the world. I don't know, but yeah. And then we have Sea Change. I believe this is about a marine biology who discovers mermaids. No, gets help from mermaids. It's about marine biology, so biologists. So yeah, sounds cool. And like just kind of that title, Sea Change, I just really like it. So yeah. And then we have the First Day Murder Club book 4. So last book, quite sad, but yeah, we also already know that Richard Osman's writing more books after that one, so we won't like his writing days aren't over, but yeah. So yeah, quite excited for that. And then we have Nick Blake and the Remarkables, which is Angie Thomas' first middle grade fantasy book. I don't know if this is the first in series or if it's just a standalone, but still, I'm quite excited to read it. And then we have Hell Breaks Loose, which I don't remember at all, but yeah. Always fun for me, like doing these videos when I don't like prepare before film them because like I'm surprised as you are. But yeah. Then we have Borrow a Boyfriend Club, which I believe is about like someone who's not quite sure if they're bisexual or gay, and like a bit around that thematic. It's a YA story set in high school, and that's kind of like well, I believe it's yeah, I believe I know about that book. But I mean, just this title, "Borrow a Boyfriend Club," it just sounds so cool. So yeah, great on a title there. So great. If I Have to Be Haunted is another great title that I don't remember what it is again. I feel like I read it's like a funny ghost story. With some like diverse aspect, but yeah, cool. And then we have This Is How You Fall in Love, which again I don't remember anything more about this book, but a very cool title. And then we have Midnight Strikes by Siba Shahans, which has this very beautiful cover. I believe it's the first in a series. I think it's an adult fantasy. I might be wrong there. Anyway, yeah. And then we have the Severed Thread, which is second book in this series. So yeah, I love the Bone Spindle. So the Severed Thread, I'm thinking it might be actually most anticipated. Yeah, might be. So yeah, very much looking forward to that one. And then we have Careful What You Wish For, which I don't remember what is again at all. So yeah, interesting, fun. Then we have Bianca Torre is Afraid of Everything, which, yeah, great title. Don't remember anything, like who the author is or anything. So, yeah, that's fun. Friday, I'm in Love. It's a YA romance. It's coming out quite soon. I believe it's actually believe it's a asexual story. Or it's a bisexual story. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I mean, just the title there. I mean, I love The Cure, love that song. So also the cover is so beautiful. So yeah. Then we have Spice Road, which is a YA fantasy based around like the real, probably at least the real Spice Road because like there's a real no sorry, at least based on Silk Road, which the Silk Road was like a road between Middle Eastern, Europe, and like Asia in like the Middle Ages. So yeah, kind of trades way that way was like the Silk Road, but it's called the Spice Road. So yeah, sounds cool. Now we have Going by Coastal, which is this one I remember actually. It's a YA story based around like the idea of multiple universes or multiple realities. I suppose slightly sliding doors ish. So it's about this girl who she gets to choose if she's gonna stay in LA or go to New York. So you can't see both of her lives. And yeah, I really like those kinds of stories. So yeah. And then we have the Sapling's Curse, which is the second and this one. I want to say maybe it's the third one in this one. No, maybe it's not at all. I don't remember what it is, but I do know that I do quite actually remember that it's a book that I'm looking forward to. You know what? I'm gonna Google this one because this one I'm quite curious about. Yeah, not checking out all of them, I'm checking out some of them, but like so many books. But saplings curse. Oh, it's a book we don't really know that much about, but it seems like it's a comic book, and it's King Arthur retelling. So yeah, sounds cool. Then we have Six Times We Almost Kissed. I remember this being by Tess Sharp, and Tess Sharp also wrote um, The Many Lives of something something. I don't remember. Yeah, but I mean that's a book that came out a year ago, 2 years ago, and like this is this kind of YA thriller slash mystery book about a girl being held hostage, but she actually has some secrets and stuff. So yeah, Six Times We Almost Kissed, and the one time we did sounds cool because just a cool title, and I know the offer is good. So yeah. And then we have Nerd Crush, which is a gay romance, and yeah, this time it's real, which I'm gonna think is a romance. I don't remember anything more than that, but cool title. Take a Bow, Noah Mitchell. It's the second book by a acclaimed author. It's a YA queer love story. So yeah. And then we have Promposal, which yeah, as kind of in the name really, it's all about this girl who goes out all out on a promposal. And it sounds delightful. And then we have Out of Character, which is a YA queer story. The Wrong Kind of Weird. I don't remember what this is, but interesting. Cool title. And then we have The Prince and the Apocalypse, which I usually don't really like apocalypses and like dystopian stuff like that, but when there's a British prince involved, I'm kind of like, you know what? I like princes, I like accents, I want to read. So yeah, it's about this American who she has to team up with a British prince during the apocalypse and hijinks ensue. So yeah, sounds cool. And then we have Caught in a Bad Romance. So I'm thinking that this is probably like a fake dating trope story. And yeah. And then we have Rosewood, which I don't remember. I think it's a retelling of Jane Austen. Don't remember what. Maybe it's Emma retelling. Maybe. Anyway, yeah. And then we have French Kissing in New York, which is by oh, what it's called. But yeah. Yeah, it's about a pretty sure French teen who goes to New York and has a love story. And yeah, sounds nice. And then we have Improbable Season, which is a YA historical book. And yeah, love me historical books. So yeah. And then we have A Vaulting Through Time, which is a time travel story. So of course, so excited for it. I mean, yeah, there's already a book, at least two time travel books from this year I haven't read yet, but yeah, really always looking forward to time travel stories. Always, always. Then we have Her Good Side, which is Rebecca Weatherspoon's YA debut, which well, I've read actually just two Rebecca Weatherspoon's books so far, but the two I've read I've loved. So yeah, excited to read her next book. Then we have The Third Daughter, which I don't remember what is, so interesting. And then Your Plantation Prom is Not Okay. So this is a book all about activism and how, yeah, you can't just have plantations as like proms as plantations because history and stuff. And yeah, I just love books with activism in them and yeah, activism and politicalness and stuff like that. And then we have Into the Sunken City, which yeah, a book set like in like a sunken city universe place. And yeah, I love me those kinds of stories. And then we have Soon Finished. But yeah, Soon Finished. That's my book. But yes, letting you know, Soon Finished with the list. I'm kind of feeling it myself with my voice. But yeah. A Coffee Shop in an Alternative Universe by C.B. Lee. So this is a love story set between two people who live in different universes. Those might sound a bit tragic, but I mean, it's kind of its title, A Coffee Shop in a Different Universe. It's just kind of, I mean, coffee shops are so everyday, so normal, and then different universe. It's kind of out there, wacky. So I love how you mix them those two together. So yeah. And then we have Royal Blood. Oh, I think this was one more fun. Yeah, anyway, I think it's kind of like a YA mystery series. I think it's first in series anyway. And I think this one's about Amy Carter. But yeah, anyway. And then we have Hot Dutch Daydream, which is the second one in a series that I read the first one. I quite enjoyed it. Didn't love it, but did quite enjoy it. So thinking this one might be a good, nice palate cleanser, nice YA romance book to pick up if you feel like. And then we have Mermaids Never Drown, which is an anthology based around with mermaids. Surprise, surprise. Oh, yeah. So we have page left in a bit, but yeah. Then we have Last Chance Dance, a YA story centered around dancing, and that's kind of remember, but yeah. And then we have The Summer I Ate the Rich, which, yeah, so cool title. Loving it, loving it. And now we have A British Girl's Guide to Hurricanes and Heartbreaks. So this is the second one in the series which started with uh, a Cuban girl's guide to love and tea. So this is the second one in this universe. And this version has actually been made to movie, so that's quite fun. But yeah, First Fly Wins. Don't remember what this is about at all, but that's cool. And then we have Spark in Cinders. This one I remember is the second in this one. Actually, it's third in this. Yeah, actually, the first and the third in this one because the second one is already out. Have not read it yet, but yeah, I read this one. Quite enjoyed it. So yeah. And then we have the sweet spot. This the silent spot. I don't remember what I've written down there, but yeah, cool title. And then last but not least, we have Regis and Delilah's Year of Failing, which is by Elise Bryant. And I love Elise Bryant's books. And yeah, yes. So yeah, a little kind of sneak peek into my anticipated reads of next year. And yeah, if you have any books you agree with, books you want to add, or just want to say hi, you can do that. And I'll see you soon. Bye.